Yeah. What do you mean published? I mean, I released the actual update's been released today. If you mean there was a video that went out for like a second yesterday. Yes, it's this. I mean, this video didn't go out, but like the trailer went out publicly for a moment because I was trying to get the trailer to show
Like
up. I was trying to get the trailer to show up on the actual premiere page, but for some reason it just
for
wouldn't work.
Chinese, I mean how it has the colors and that like a
Yep,
Yeah, that's included.
that's it. Yep, that would be correct. So
yeah, looks exciting.
yeah, cool. So yeah. Anyways, guys, try it out. Let me know how it works. And we will do what we. I mean, let us know how it works, and we will do what we can. Right. So to in. We'll obviously continue to improve it, but fix any bugs. More importantly, with this release that you guys run across, we tested it decently well. We didn't see any massive bugs. I think it should be all right. So, hopefully that is the case. There's actually another video for the dictionary add-on update as well. I don't know if any of you caught that, but that will be out tomorrow. But it's already unlisted now. So if you guys want to watch that, I can send it to you, and you guys can watch it later on.
I'm very excited to try the new improved Japanese parser. Is there some examples of situations where the parsing was improved, or you just feel
Everyone
that
else.
an overall improvement?
Discord has been really bad today. Like everywhere I've tried to speak to people, it just keeps cutting out. It was cutting out off and on with my friend, and it's not
It's
so
working
great
for
here
me.
either.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
might be
for
your
me too.
end. Maybe restart Discord. It's working perfectly on my end.
Same.
Yeah. So, anyways, what was I gonna say? What did you? Now I forgot what you said because he like said that.
The Japanese
Did you
parser.
hear me?
Oh yeah, the Japanese parsing is better. Like the combinations, like how it combines words, should be a lot better. There are still some issues, but it should be a lot. It should be a lot better, like drastically better than it was before.
Nice.
So like
I
verbs
noticed,
and adjective combinations, etc.
indeed. I noticed the issues with the previous version mostly on NHK Easy News. I think that's the page.
Oh, the
Japanese Easy
Romaji,
News.
the Ruby,
Yes.
the Ruby would be parsed too. The Ruby is
Yeah,
not parsed
exactly.
anymore, but there are still some issues with like Furigana that's already included. There's still some issues with that will be further improved upon, but it's no longer parsed. So at least it will parse correctly now.
Okay, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you a lot.
Cool.
I think you're gonna be really happy with parsing text overall in the future as well, since card creation is now supported from text as well.
Yeah. I do use Migaku all the time for just reading. I take any text into the browser and just use it like a very improved link queue.
Yeah.
It's very
And
nice.
and if you think about the price too, I think it's pretty fair, right? I think this
Yes.
is already the equivalent of Link as it is right now, I would guess. I mean, if your language is supported, of course. If your language is not supported, then it's rather limited still because of the lack of known word tracking. But for the supported languages, it should be at least the equivalent, I would guess.
I mean,
The only thing I
would
think
say
it
better.
would stop some people is just the setup, because I know it's very easy for us, but for most people maybe they need just a download button and voila, it
That
just
will
works.
improve.
It will improve too, but the setup is already a lot easier from like with this update.
Nice.
Yeah. Like you can install, like if you watch that video that was sent in the chat, now you can install dictionaries directly through the add-on, the dictionary add-on thing. So we're moving in the direction of making things easier. So put it that way.
That's awesome. I guess some setup is maybe not going to be so automatic because we need like to copy the audio from a different source and things like that.
No,
I don't
that's
know.
removed now. You don't need to do that anymore.
Oh, really?
You mean the
Okay.
audio? You're talking about the accent audio? Yeah, that still needs to happen for right now, but that's going to be not necessary in the future as well. But for now, it's necessary. But you don't need to
Nice.
now. You don't need to set like a download directory or do any of that stuff. Nor do you need to manually install FFmpeg or any of that stuff. That happens automatically now.
Great. That's great.
Yeah, so we're headed in that direction. It'll be, it'll take time to get really like honed in, so to speak.
I've seen a new style for the cars, Japanese ones. How is it going to be updated from the old ones?
You would have to just convert your old note types to it manually for now.
Okay.
I suppose I should have maybe added support to manual or to like automatically convert between the old note type and this new note type. But I don't really see a harm in keeping those. I mean, I guess you might want to just update because of the visual. The visual looks a lot better, huh? So you might want to update based on that. Yeah, I guess maybe in the future I'll write that down actually. Maybe in a future version I can add easy conversion between the old note types.
I mean, maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's super, super easy to do that manually, and that won't be an issue going forward. I don't know if it's worth spending time coding or not.
I mean, there's already a conversion mechanism that has been coded in to allow easy conversion between each of the included node types, so it wouldn't be that much of a
Oh,
stretch
yeah.
to just put that in. Yeah, it's already been coded in.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Because just to give the user less less
Learning curve.
things less things to click, you know what I mean? That would be good. So you don't
Yeah.
even have like it completely hides the field map where you're trying to select which field goes to which field, etc. That's just completely hidden and just it will just automatically convert between those node types. It just says like Migaku Japanese knows how to convert between these node types. Press OK if you'd like to convert. So it's a little bit easier. Just less things to think about.
And I guess it's just fine for custom node types still, right?
Custom node types? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean not Migaku, but maybe some other node type.
Yeah, I mean everything works as long like for the custom node types, then it's up to the user to set up. But all of our stuff should work with custom node types, except there's a lack of support for closed cards in certain projects right now. But we can look into supporting those more in the future, or more thoroughly.
All right.
How about actually, how about we go over the current submissions for the features for the feature proposals for March. I haven't even looked through them. Oh, there are 11. There are quite a few actually, more than usual, or more than last month. I shouldn't say more than usual. That's so. Yeah. So another thing is, sorry about the lack of update on the dictionary / frequency list stuff for the extension, because that was voted on a couple months ago, but that will be coming. Just give us a little time on that, but it's going to be coming, and it should be should be good when it does. Anyways, like that will be close to like a complete picture once that's implemented. Okay, well, you guys go ahead and take a moment, have a little chat. Okay, I'm gonna post these things. I think Brett, you were saying something about your impressions earlier, but there was a bit of a different conversation going on, so I think you stopped talking. What is it that you were saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say that all the new features look great. I mean, they're all features that I'm like, oh yeah, I'll use that. So I'm like super excited for it, even though I haven't used it yet. It all looks good to me.
Yeah, I hope it all works, but it should,
Yeah.
and then it will be good.
You need
Oh.
to update
Um,
the website about how to download stuff because I went from Patreon to the website to Patreon to the website.
Yeah,
Not all
yeah.
links are up to date.
The new, if you're talking about the new like the documentation is going to be updated over the next few days. So it is kind of out of sync for the moment, but that will be a very temporary situation.
I don't know if this idea is already listed, but have you considered exporting condensed audio from an
Yeah, that's
episode on
actually
Netflix?
someone recently just sponsored that idea, so that's coming very soon before the next major update.
Great.
Someone sponsored that at the $500 tier. So that will be coming within a
Yeah,
month.
nice.
That's the goal. Within a month that will be coming.
Thank you for the sponsor.
Yeah,
Thank
for
you
sure.
guys
Because it was
for the
gonna be a
work.
bit later. I told him that it was coming, but it was just gonna be a bit later. But he's like, nah, I'll just pay for it because he wants it now, and I mean it makes sense. If that's his usage case and he's
Yes.
financially capable of sponsoring it, so from his
By the
perspective,
way,
it's worth it.
so it's a tier, so it's a he is continuously paying 500 a month.
No, it's based on what we agree, and this is a small enough feature so that one payment was enough. It depends on the scale of the. I mean, if you're trying to like develop an entire, whatever application that does X, instead of just adding a feature to an existing application, then obviously you might need to pay for a longer period of time.
Can I buy votes for the next feature?
Can you buy votes? So yeah, here are the features. I haven't even read them, so I don't know. I'm gonna read them now with you guys. Migaku Russian allies. I forget what the name. There's this one guy who's always like talking about Russian. I think that might be him again here. Which it's I mean, mind you, we should definitely support Russian in the future. Yeah, I mean the last one, number 11, like show T1 stats when parsing a page. Those kind of stats is going to be a major part of the browser extension in the long run. So, I mean, I don't know if you really necessarily need to vote for that because I think we're going to first do the frequency list stuff and the dictionaries, and then we'll be moving on to doing stats. So, I don't know if you guys would necessarily vote for something like that. Since it's already planned, that is the point. The scrape subtitles. I don't think we're going to be releasing anything to do like I mean I guess we can do what do you guys, and I'm talking to the fellow co-founders, what do you think about, should we add the ability to download a full series, download the subtitles for a full season? Yannick, Julius, Bent, Kieran, what do you guys think? That could be something, huh?
Which proposal is that? Which number?
That's proposal number 6. Obviously, we wouldn't provide the ability to scrape the entire thing, but we could, through the extension, we could just like have an option where you would export this, it just run through and then download the subtitles of the specified language that you choose for a given show or season or something. What do you guys think about something like that?
It's useful, I'd say.
Yeah, I think that would be all right. I just don't want to get into too much like overwrite or like outright, not overwrite, outright. Hey guys, here's this. Just everyone's ripping that. I think that might attract bad attention. But if we keep it to like a show or season, maybe that would be okay. Something like that, I suppose. And then if you guys, it wouldn't be that much of a stretch to write a small script to take it further than that. But that's on you guys to do that. I just don't want to.
I'm fine with.
Go on.
I'm fine with one episode at a time, but I know it's just me. I guess a lot of people would find
Yeah,
that
I've
useful.
seen a lot of people actually request something.
I'm
like
a little scared if it goes too much into ripping Netflix or something like that.
That's what I
that
mean.
Maybe Netflix is not going to be okay with that kind of application. That
Exactly.
Maybe
That's
start
my
thinking
concern.
of restrictions.
Exactly. That's my concern. Precisely
I was thinking the same thing, actually. It's probably because there's other programs that do it already, and you don't want to have the app taken down or something for copyright infringement.
Yeah, I mean, technically, I think there's nothing that we're doing that's illegal, and I've researched it to a decent degree, and I've talked a little bit with legal counsel, and there's nothing that's technically illegal, but what you're doing doesn't need to be illegal for you to get sued, and that's enough to like end the whole venture.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we don't have to do anything illegal to just get destroyed by a massive corporation. So that's something to keep in mind. So yeah.
Oddly, that's the feature I would have liked more before the Migaku browser extension, and now I almost never download anything. I just use that. So
yeah.
for me, it's whatever.
Yeah, for me too. Like, I briefly was getting back into studying Chinese at the beginning of this year, and or not the beginning of this year, beginning of last year it was. But then Rona happened and my trip there was canceled, so I stopped. But I very quickly, that's when I actually first made the like pre-alpha version of the browser extension, because I didn't want to. Actually, it was even earlier than that. But anyways, it was basically because I got tired of having to download things. I was like, there must be a way to do this. And I personally just don't like having to manage a huge amount of files and subtitles myself. I like to just be able to go to a site and just
For sure, it takes up
stream
more
it right there.
time than people realizes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you
have limited immersion time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I mean, I guess if you already have your library, then it's probably not too much of a hassle. But I found that I was spending too much time like hunting down shows and trying to download things than actually doing any kind of meaningful study. That's what I found.
Same.
But that's because I was starting from zero, like as far as downloaded resources. Whereas if you already had a bunch, then I suppose that wouldn't be the case.
Oh, I feel that I will spend way too much time hunting things down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's how it got for me. It got kind of like I wouldn't say as far as addictive, but it kind of became like that, I just wanted I got kind of a hoarder mentality.
So then for your condensed audio, like tool you're gonna be putting out,
What did
does
you
that
say?
work for downloaded audio? Is it gonna be someone paid for a condensed audio feature, right?
Oh no, yeah, that's going to be directly through the browser extension.
Does that mean you have to like play the entire video to output a single?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be the
condensed
same
audio?
as like the export all feature. This would be something that you would run at night when you'd go to sleep, but you're going to be able to do an entire season at once. But it'll be
okay.
per episode. I mean, it'll export per episode, of course, but you'll be able to do an entire season at once. That's the idea.
Yeah, I'm imagining the situation where I see a show or I read subtitles, and then I want to use the same episode as passive listening. So I think that just one episode is fine. And
Oh yeah, I mean the guy who sponsored the feature doesn't, so You know what I mean? Because I mean, I can see the perspective. The usage case for a lot of people would be run it when you go to sleep, right? And if you're running it when you go to sleep, then you're going to have if you can only do one episode per at night, that might be kind of limiting. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So that way you just go to sleep, and then at the end, you have X episodes finished, or by the time you wake up, and you're ready to go on your way, your merry way. So yeah, but cool. Yeah, I still haven't looked through all of these. Now guys, I think, is everyone here studying Japanese? That's my guess. Is that the case?
Yeah.
Is that, how about this? I should ask this. Is anyone studying a language besides Japanese? If you're not talking, just type it in chat if that's the case.
I do.
Oh, what language are you studying?
It's Kieran.
Oh, Kieran, no, Kieran, I'm not including you, obviously. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know that. No, yeah, Kieran studies Chinese. I mean, I already know that, but I'm not including you. I'm talking about the community members.
Yeah, I think that guy before he had Chinese in his name, but it looks like he's gone.
He's got, yeah.
He's
No, yeah, I
watching
mean, I
the
know there
video.
are some, but I'm saying right now, none are present, right? Yeah, I know there are some in the community. It seems like close to 20%. I forget what the poll said, but yeah, it's like 20, or I think it's like 20%, right? 20%. I guess I can just look. Never mind. How about I stop guessing? That's not very data driven of me. Hold on. Let's see. How many was it? Oh, never mind. 9%. So 75%, and this is on YouTube. 75, and these are of course only of the people who voted. So I can only assume that the percentage of people studying Japanese in the community is actually higher than 75%. But according to the votes, it was 75% of people were studying Japanese, 9% studying Chinese, 7% Korean, 5% Spanish. So I mean, there should be a decent group, at least 20% are studying other languages. But it does seem that it's just, mostly a Japanese community at the moment. If you guys, if you guys ever wanted to share our stuff somewhere, out on the internet, that'd be very cool. Because we
I
definitely
do every chance I can.
Thanks so much. That means a lot, because we definitely have I think we have a pretty cool tool. I mean, mind you, it's not done yet, so it doesn't matter so much. But we're headed. We versioned this latest release at 0.5. So I think we're about halfway to a release ready version. And of course, after release, we have a lot of other plans of where we want to go. After we get to 1.0, but I think we're about halfway to where we want to go with the public release version. It took a lot. Hey, but I guess that's software development for you. It definitely took a lot longer than I had hoped, but not hoped, like predicted. But then again, I haven't only been we haven't, and I haven't only been working on the browser extension. There's a lot of other work happening, so such as the
it's
site, the articles,
super functional.
tweaks.
I was just gonna say it's super functional and usable now. So like the fact that it's taken a bit longer than expected is fine with me, because it's like the version that's out now is still better than anything else out there. So pretty cool.
And we get the Migaku clipboard now.
Yeah, the clipboard.
Yes.
Just wait to see Julius's video. He'll show you how to use it. It's a great effect. It's a great effect.
And thanks for adding the secondary subs.
Oh yeah, I knew, and that
That's
was like
awesome.
a pretty requested feature. I think that was actually voted last time, wasn't it? Or no, it wasn't.
I don't think it was. It was like number 3 or something.
Yeah, that was the custom field that was voted. Yeah, last time. That's been added as well. So, but yeah, no, yeah, the custom or the translated subtitles. Yeah, that was a pretty well requested feature. So we thought we'd squeeze it in. And
I think
if you
I'm
look
most
at
excited for the copying.
go on. What did you say?
You fixed the whole thing where like when you copy the text, it now doesn't split across multiple lines. I think I'm most
Yes,
excited for
yes,
that.
yes. That's fixed. That should be fixed. Theoretically, it's fixed. If you guys want to look here, here's the change log. I mean, mind you, it's on Patreon as well, but here you can see the entire change log for both the dictionary and the browser extension. And originally, our plan had been to only do this. Like, this was the plan for this update. So that's why it was delayed. This was the original plan. If you look at the screenshot that I, but then we kind of got a little carried away there. So that's why it took a lot longer. This update was supposed to be out like 3 weeks ago, but got a little sidetracked. And just
It was totally worth the wait.
I mean, I hope so. I hope so. I think we do have to be more regular going forward though with the updates. That's what we're switching over our development strategy thanks to Yannick's like recommendations. So we're going to be switching to having more frequent updates, but I mean not probably, very likely of more moderate scale, but I guess overall it will balance out, but you guys will get more features in your hands, I guess, or you'll get some of the features in your hands sooner, right? So, which I feel will likely be beneficial.
You're gonna ease the update process.
The easy update process with the browser extension, I mean, it's not terribly difficult now. All you have to do is unzip on top of your current folder. Just make sure to merge and not overwrite, and then I think that's the case, right? And then it'll overwrite the file because the case is on Linux and Mac. If you just like drop a folder on top of a folder, or like, if you drop a folder that would overwrite another folder, it will completely overwrite it. And the issue that you can have there will be that the accent audio folder will be deleted. But if you so I'm not sure exactly the behavior to avoid that. But anyways, you just remove that folder and then you overwrite, and I mean, as far as the steps required to update, they're rather few, but until we get to like a Google Play Store release, it's not really probably possible to make it easier than that, I think. What do you guys think? And I'm mostly talking to, I mean, anyone who has experience is fine, but the guys on the team.
I personally just created a Word backup and deleted my old files and created a new. Was easy enough.
Yeah. But what about the accent audio? That's what I'm saying, Julius, because
I
that
downloaded it again.
Oh, you just downloaded it again? Okay. Yeah.
I did that too. I'm a little more concerned about updating Anki too, because I know I'm on old version. I should go forward to this new version now that I'm going to also update Migaku. Is there any concern about migrating to
it depends
from previous version?
It depends what add-ons you use, but we can't only like speak of our add-ons. All of our add-ons work equally well and now better because the updates are only for the newer versions. We can't up till now I've done my best to, because I've been working on the previous updates and I had done my best to support up to 2.1.22 as well, but now we're just moving forward to only using 2.1.35 until the next development cycle. So there will only be updates for 2.1.35 because we need a more simplified development like environment, I suppose, because it's just easier.
Because maintaining two versions is too much work.
Yeah, it's unlikely to be worth it, the effort.
I think updating should like not really be a problem. I recently done it on my laptop, and you basically just update Anki, download the Anki exe, run that, it'll install. And then you don't really need I didn't really need to do much else. When you click check for updates in your add-ons, it'll just automatically update all your add-ons, and then you should be fine, I think.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Should work well enough. What was I going to say? And then I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know if any of you. I talked about it. I think it was all the way back into January. In the January meeting, which is about our new kanji add-on, and of course because of this, it's been a little delayed because of this update growing in scope like exponentially, but just know that that's going to be that's coming up. So if that's something you guys
Which
have been
one's
What
looking
was
coming
this
for,
first?
add-on about again?
you can listen to the January pod, or like not podcast but meeting
Yeah, just
recording. But it's just basically an add-on that makes learning kanji in a simplified way,
I see.
while you like it makes it easier, and you no longer have to front load massive amounts of characters if you don't want to. So that's the short form. I don't know if you guys, if other people here have already heard about it, but I guess if you haven't, then we could go a bit further into it. But I don't want to repeat in case most people have already heard about it. And where are you guys in the process?
Which-
Are most of you like past your initial kanji study, or like what is the situation, or how do you feel about your kanji? How do you feel about kanji in general? How do you feel about yeah, I guess just that. How do you feel about kanji in general, and do you want to do some separate kanji study, etc.? That's the basic question. Like, do you want to do separate basic study? How do you feel about kanji? How do you feel your previous kanji study has gone, etc.?
I'm waiting for I'm looking forward to your kanji add-on, because I it was just getting tedious doing RTK, because I was just forgetting a lot of the kanji that wasn't part of words that I was learning. So yeah, I just put it on hold.
Okay.
So initially I manually would look up, I'd learn a word and I'd go into RTK and look up the word and look up any kanji I needed to know prior. So I would kind of manually do it, so I wouldn't have to learn unnecessary kanji.
Yeah.
But it was so tedious.
Inconvenient. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I found out about the add-on and I was like, okay, well, let me just stop now
Yeah, bail
and
on
wait
that.
till yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how do you feel about just doing separate kanji study? Is that something, because I know some people are trying to argue that and it's fine for them to argue that. My hunch personally, I feel like if I were, when I studied, mind you, of course I'm biased, but my intuition says that some separate kanji study is beneficial. And I'm just curious how you guys feel about that as well. Whoops, I shouldn't have said my opinion before because that might bias your own opinion. My bad.
I'm also a little bit of that viewpoint, because I come from Guanicani, and really learning new vocabulary when you already are familiar with kanji is make it more easier than
Yeah.
learning a new word with all new kanji.
Yeah.
It doesn't get into your head so easily. But I guess it also goes both ways. So I understand why it's also
If you learn a
realistic to say
word
that
and
by
then learn the
learning
kanji.
vocabulary,
Yep.
you are going to learn all kanji.
Yep,
Yeah,
I see what you're
it
saying.
makes sense because they go both ways.
Yep.
From an utility, I guess that I'm just now learning vocabulary, but I think it would be useful at least to disambiguate similar looking kanji. That may be useful. It's like I just use gshow.org to copy kanji in those kind of situations, but I guess if it's on a hover when reading, that would be useful.
Yeah, I also feel that it seems from my personal experience, and I've literally probably spent like thousands of hours just like studying more. I don't even know how many. It's like it's a little bit it's crazy to me to think, but literally thousands of hours, studying kanji. And my hunch, like all the way through the process, was that it was helpful. But I mean, that was my feeling when I did it. So I guess
So
we
my
can
approach was kind
gather
of
some data
similar.
in the future. Go on. What did you say?
I mean, my approach was kind of similar to like Kin Whiskey's, where so I'd finished the lazy RTK, right? And so I was 1,000 deep. But then every time you come across a new kanji, then I'd have to go back to like the full deck where I had all 3,000 of them.
Yeah.
I'd unsuspend the one I was trying to learn that kanji individually, and then I would try to learn the vocab.
Yeah.
Like the interesting thing is like when you're trying to learn like a new word, if you've never seen the kanji before, you're actually learning the kanji itself, the
Yeah.
reading of the kanji if you don't already know it, and then plus the meaning, which actually is 3 separate pieces of information, which technically makes it no longer like an I+1 card.
I
It's like an
see.
I+3
That's an
card.
interesting idea. Like nothing. Like if it's kanji and it's a new reading, that's not I+1. Like we should add. No, okay, go on. Sorry, that's funny. That's an interesting idea. Interesting point. Yeah, go on.
I mean, that's pretty much it. So, like, if you ever notice, and like you come across a word, but if you've seen the kanji pour, like you know the reading, but you don't know the meaning. So that's a true I+1. So yeah, like I've been waiting. I stopped doing that whole method, which is making my learning cards harder. So I'm just waiting for your kanji add-on. What do you think is
Yeah,
going to come
cool.
first, the kanji add-on or like the
What?
definition plus frequency stars?
The kanji add-ons next. Like next, right after this. That's the plan, right?
Yeah.
There's a new update next week too. There's another massive update coming, right? Bent. I mean, we probably should. I mean, I guess we could tell it's backers. I don't. If you want to, it's up to you, Bent, because Bent is the lead developer on that. So it's up to him if he wants to talk about that. I don't. Or he's gone. He's AFK. Bent, are you here? He's gone.
I'm not sure if he's ready for that yet. I think he still has exams until next week.
No, but I talked to him. I think we're ready for that next week. It's only
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah, I think we're ready for that next. I mean, either next week or next week, right? So it's very soon, regardless. Very soon, regardless. But anyways, he's AFK, so I'm not gonna, he's the lead on that project, so I'm not gonna announce it. But yeah, Julius, you might be right as far as the exact timing, and I tend to be a little bit optimistic with my my timing. So yeah, so if you ever hear me say something's coming at an exact time, just add whatever amount of time, probably at least a week or two to that, and then guess that's when you'll actually be seeing it. I can't help myself. I get too excited. But yeah, so that should be cool. But anyways, besides that update with Bent, it will be the kanji add-on next, and then I think right after that will be the frequency and dictionary stuff and some other things as well. So
on the I'm looking at the proposals for this month's backers, and there's like I think 2 or 3 that relate to the same thing, which is to have the like with the Japanese add-on, to have the mass generate settings like remembered, or to automate so everyone does the same thing. It's like the word needs the pitch needs adding, the word audio needs adding, and the sentence needs pitch as well. So I've actually I've hacked the Japanese add-on for that. So maybe do you like take forks, or shall I share? I don't know if that's helpful.
That might be, yeah, that's fine. So what is the well, I mean, I wouldn't share a fork, but we can implement something similar to what you're saying. So can you nail down exactly what you're saying? Like, I didn't fully understand.
Sure. I see that some people are requesting, there's like three proposals that are requesting kind of the same thing.
Yes.
Which is for the Japanese add-on to, when you mass generate,
yes,
for it to remember particular settings. So at
Oh,
the
that's
moment
already
when you
oh, I see for that. Yeah, I'm gonna add that, or if you already have a fork, that's fine. I can I can use that as well. Like you can open a pull request. I need to push the latest changes for these new note types. But yeah, that's something we plan on we've planned on adding for some time, but we just haven't got around to. But yeah, that's something that needs to be added. And if you already have that, you can open a pull request. But also, we're trying to get in the future. The problem is just limited time, and I'm the only guy that's full time right now. Although Julius and Kieran. And I mean, Yannick's going to be going full time here in the near future, and then Julius and Kieran should be able to as well going forward. So that will be helpful. But one thing we want to do is to build a more active community on GitHub going forward. Because now it's very difficult to look at pull requests or reply to issues or do any of that just because of limited time. But in the future, we do plan to do that. But that's been added. On another note, the remembering your previous settings has already been added to the dictionary add-on at least. So for exporting definitions.
so I can just look at that and then just translate that for the Japanese add-on.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if you haven't done it yet, yeah. Or I mean, I can just do that very easily too coming up. But if you want to open the pull request, that'd be cool because I'm probably not doing that for a little bit, unfortunately.
Cool.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Yeah. Just
Um,
also message me because I might not even check GitHub because time is limited. So you can just message me directly on here once you've done it, and I'll make sure to, look at least at your pull request. So. Because that's something I do want to. That's a feature that I want to prioritize.
It sounds good.
Cool.
I'm not sure if I misunderstood, but is this like feature 9? I think that's to do with the mass generation of like the syntax and the audio and stuff. Is that what we're talking about?
Yep. It's part of it. I think 9 has that, and then there's another one. So they don't all request the same thing, but they're all related to, like, in terms of coding, they're similar. So you've got 9, you've got 1. Export definitions and generate readings should save their latest command. So export definitions is already done, but generate readings, that's what I'm talking about. The generate readings part is done by the language add-ons. And then there was another request. So 1, 9, and I can't remember. There's a third one I think that relates to the same issue.
Yeah. Lucas, I don't think that's the mass generation thing should be easily implemented with because we're already doing it with like the export templates and stuff and automatically converting. So I think we can probably just like plug something like that in for basically based on one of our note types. We can have like a default mass generation like template which will just do everything that you probably wanted to do.
That's something. Okay, that would be an idea that we'd have to expand upon, but that's something. I mean, but as far as saving the previous settings too, like should just be added for people who are just using the, if they're not necessarily fully integrated with using all of our like note types, everything directly as we envision it. We should probably still save the previous settings to just make it easier. But that's actually what you're saying. There is an interesting idea, and you should probably note that down. We should talk about it later, I think. Because I can kind of see what you're saying there. Like one thing that's actually I've noted down is that later because right now the dictionary add-on only has support for exporting this or for like generating the syntax for Japanese, right? If you're using the Chinese add-on, it just simply won't generate the syntax. So something going forward is I think what we should do is change that option to just generate syntax rather than like generate Japanese readings or whatever. It's going to say generate the Migaku syntax, and then in the card template themselves, and this might be exactly what you're saying already, by the way, in the card template itself, you would specify which of our Migaku language add-ons to generate the syntax for. That might be useful, I feel. You see what I'm saying? You would like on an export template basis. You would, because that's already written on our project planner. I think I'm pretty sure.
Because I feel like each note type, whatever you have, is always going to have the same processing done for it.
Yeah, I agree. it should generally be the case. And then for the for the unique user that's adding syntax of multiple languages to a single note type, they can figure it out. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? They can figure out what they want to do with that. I mean, there are ways to do that as well. So, but they can
Yeah, they
figure
can
out how
they
to
can
do
probably
that.
just ask on the Discord and find help there. Someone
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
that out.
Yeah. So cool, but yeah. So we're headed towards towards a couple cool new releases going forward here. So hopefully we can get somewhere really good within 5 months or so. That's the idea, right? That's our goal, I would say, right, guys? 5 months or so, at least have the browser extension publicly released, and the website completed within that amount of time. Or is that too much? I'm not sure. Julius, your audio is
Oh,
going
Julia,
nuts.
don't talk.
You might want to hop out, hop back in for a second. I mean, obviously, we want to do it before, sooner rather than later, but it's a bit difficult to predict. I'm starting to
Is
actually.
that something that if because like people in my community sometimes will ask about when it's going to be public, is that something I'm okay to say they're trying for 5 months, or do you want
At
to keep
least
that between
say at
records?
least within. No,
Okay.
Julius, what were you gonna say? I'm curious now. Now you've built the anticipation that you were going to say something when you were just making static noises. Yeah, or just type it. Yeah, might be safer to type. Sure, yeah, that's something you could say, but I mean, we're always aiming for a lot sooner, but things take a lot of time. Oh yeah, one of his hidden projects. Yeah, Julius is working on a few. He's got a few things up his sleeves. I suppose he's got two, so a few things up his one project up one sleeve and the other up the other. Yeah. You should update me with what's going on those projects too, Julius, so that we can make sure we have an idea of when those will be coming out. Yeah, so we have a lot of projects going as we speak. Oh, and then not even talking about our content projects. There are various content projects moving along as well. So yeah, lots of cool stuff within. I would say by the end of the year, Migaku should be unrecognizable. Hopefully, that's the goal. I mean, not unrecognizable. Lots of the tools will be there, but it will be substantially, improved. Substantially
Is
improved.
one of the hidden project is to export audio from separated selected cards. Let's say I have 10 cards. I just keep forgetting, and then I select these 10 cards, click a button, and get an audio file of all the audio on that cards. So that I can listen, just focus to these 10 words I just cannot remember for, let's say, 5 minutes, and I think I would never forget them again.
Nice, I get multiple hour videos, sound files out of this.
That's a good
That's
idea.
idea number 10.
Yeah, that's not his
That's idea
project
number
at all.
10.
His project is of greater scale, but I don't know if you said if one of those are one of the hidden projects, but no, yeah, that's a decent idea. That's the idea that you proposed?
No, I
Oh,
didn't propose to.
I think
No,
someone proposed that.
Meeting. The
I've
point
been proposing
why
that for
I'm
the past 2
coming up
months.
with this
Oh.
is right now I am on another project in parentheses. I'm trying to read a hardcover book right now.
Yeah.
And that's especially hard because you have no software to support that. So I have to manually insert all the unknown words I even cannot spell.
You mean
Through,
you're reading a paper book, is what you mean, right?
yes, I read a physical book,
Yeah.
just a normal physical book. So now I have the problem that I can even not spell some words. I do not have the audio book for this book. I'm just reading the book.
Yeah.
And I go through a page, and let's say I have 15 words on that page I cannot even spell, or I'm not sure how to spell. I know the word, but I do not know how to spell them, or I'm not sure to that degree that I do not have to look it up to
I see.
reassure myself.
Well,
So
okay,
yeah,
I get
so
the
now
idea,
I have a list with words I send to myself by email.
Yeah.
Then I can import it to Anki. Then with the dictionary add-on, I can extract for audio to these cards. And then it would be very, very nice if I could just select these 15 words that I have on that page that I did not know or was not sure enough, so that I can listen to these 15 words
Yes,
over and
I
over again. And the next time I read that page, I will be able to read that page
yes,
fluently.
Okay.
No?
Okay. Yes, we understand. I understand what you're saying, and I think everyone does as well, and it's a good idea. But I was going to say, as far as support for paper books, that's going to. I mean, we are planning some OCR type of stuff, but I think it's always going to be highly inefficient to read from paper sources, unfortunately. Mind you, I did much of that myself in my own learning, but it most certainly is inefficient, and I would recommend getting a digital copy of any book that you can. Like, if you can get a digital copy, it's so much better if you can do that. And in the future, we're going to have better support for something like Kindle books. So that's something that's planned. But obviously things take time, but that's something that is planned. Just think support, like think the sort of support that you have on YouTube, but on the Kindle website when you're reading. So we're going to have something like that, right? Like support for reading on the Kindle website. My audio, his audio. I see. I think his audio was fine for me, Julius. But anyways, yeah, I would highly awesome Sep. I would highly recommend moving away from paper books. You're in the future. You're really just hindering yourself in doing that, or like sticking with them. And I know that from experience.
Yeah, I don't think he was asking for a paper book support.
No, I
think it's fine.
understand. No, I understand. I'm just saying. I would recommend just moving away from that. Like, just when I heard
I think
that.
if we get like some really huge investment, we could develop Migaku glasses, which are like look at the book.
Yeah, the unknown words are highlighted.
OCR. Yeah. That's totally.
Dude, that would be crazy. That's awesome.
I'll email Elon.
Yeah, I mean, no,
See what
Elon.
he thinks.
Yeah, I mean, we may as well just. He's going to say that that's not futuristic enough. He'll just say, "We'll do it neurologically."
Yeah.
We'll do it neurologically, and we'll.
Anki will be in our brain.
Yeah, no, the unknown word highlighting will happen through your head. That would be sweet though. But yeah, no, that's interesting. I think something like what you're saying, Kieran, is actually not that far out of the realm of current possibility though, huh?
Yeah, I know. I
all.
actually think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I think probably as long as the OCR is good enough, then it would actually be very good.
Yeah.
The only problem is like the OCR is probably nowhere near good enough at the minute.
And also just I think that another huge problem would be the tech needs to be lightweight and something that people actually want to use, because I remember like Google Glasses, yeah, that didn't take off.
Yeah, it's basically that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the tech needs to actually not suck.
It's too much of an investment. Like you just buy a Kindle instead.
Yeah.
Instead of buying like $2,000.
Yeah, glasses so you can read physical books. And then probably I see what you're saying. Yeah, just buy like buy a tablet and just there you go, you're good. I see what you're saying. Yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention we are planning on like handling leeches in some way.
Oh yeah.
And I think that the audio exporting thing would be really good for leeches, and then it wouldn't be like it would be basically not even work to implement that for maybe like marked cards or something.
Immediately
I
note
think
that down. That is a very
Okay.
good idea. We should include. Yeah, I forgot about the leech project. That's coming up. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously you guys have a lot more experience than me, so you have more, you have probably better solutions, but I will say that ever since I've started actually letting leeches leech and coming back to them like a few months later, it's been a much better experience. So until there's better solutions, I recommend people just let leeches leech.
Yeah,
Unless Lucas has.
No, I mean that's exactly what's recommended on the website. I mean, it's probably hard to dig through all of the the mess that the website is now. We're gonna continue to improve it. But no, yeah, that's already recommended in the Anki guide. Doing exactly what
Cool.
you're saying. Like going back, like just suspend them and then going back later.
Yeah.
And then when you go back, you like at some interval go back, either delete the card outright or edit the card in some way that should make it easier, or just use the same target word or target grammar structure but change the example, or like change, so something like that. Like you would outright change the full sentence, edit the card, or just delete the card. Cool. So basically I think we're about to wrap it up here in a little bit as well. Oh, actually Dave, so Dave's actually been using the update. I gave him an early build. So by the way, you have to update too, Dave, because there's a lot of bug fixes and stuff in the new version, plus the improved dictionary search speed as well.
Like again. So I know you sent me new files like
No, yeah,
2 days ago, I believe it was,
again,
and then I'm
yes.
getting
With the
both.
latest ones, you should
Yeah.
update again. Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will say the new update has been awesome. I now have a setup where like I literally, while I'm watching Netflix, it's literally one click for me to make cards. Because I'm just letting it automatically add dictionary definitions and taking the definitions I don't want out afterward. Yeah, I love the fact that it's got the more like. So far, it's been running really smooth for me.
Okay, that's good. I mean, I don't know if I should maybe just send me any issues you've had in private, because we should keep it positive. Yeah, it's like it's been really smooth except this issue, and then be like, I don't. That will like take down the tone of the positive vibe about the the update. So
I'll put it this way, like I mean, as some of you guys know, I'm going through a move right now. I'm literally flying to Japan over the next couple of days here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And so for me, time has absolutely been of the essence when it comes to mining, and it has been faster than it. It's been great. It came at just the perfect time for me.
Nice. Cool. Yeah. And I'm actually going to start. I know I keep saying this, but I haven't. I'm supposed to have started studying Portuguese again, but I haven't because I've just been way too busy. It's been impossible. But from next week, I mean, this is like the time up 10th. How do you say that word? Up 10th time that I've said it. But anyways, no, actually, I'm going to start, and then I'm going to use the tool set myself, so I'm really excited about it. Instead of just testing it, I'm actually gonna use it, and that should improve it. I mean, I think most of the team is already regularly using it, as far as I know. So I will also be regularly using it, which will of course lead to better intuition about where issues lie, etc. I feel, for myself anyways.
The other thing I will say is I'm pretty excited about the fact that like Migaku doesn't it's Japanese anymore. All like, or at least it's going down that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's already there, right? That means we have 7 languages other than Japanese supported. So, but
I have a lot of friends, especially who are excited about specifically coming down, and I know there's a lot.
Your audio just cutting out a little bit, Julius. You're Julius, you should hop out of the call and just hop back in. I think that will fix it. But what were you saying, Dave, at the end? I know there are a lot of friends. You were cutting out pretty bad for me.
Sorry. I have a lot of friends who are really excited in future coming down the pipeline. So a lot of people are really
Excited for you cut off again at the same time. Excited for what?
I think he's talking about future languages.
Korean.
Oh, future
Korean,
language.
yeah.
Oh, Korean. Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah, Korean's gonna be tough. Like, by the way, Korean, there is no parser that we can use that already exists. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to do this particular task, but the team will be implementing our own JavaScript parser. So that's gonna be fun. So so it might be a little bit on that, but that's definitely planned.
Sorry if I missed this, but
So
is the new update out already for Patreons, or was
Yep.
that going to be released soon? Okay.
it's out right now. Should be. Let me
Alright,
check. I don't know. If the scheduled posts went out like they were supposed to, then it's out. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all up right now. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'll just
12
have to find
p.m.
those emails.
Yep. And then now,
So,
guys, another thing is the Dictionary Plus is actually public now. So just watch the video on it, but you can just install it directly through Anki. It's the regular installation. And remember, this is only for 2.1.35, no older versions.
Nice. Since like almost everyone's gone, what was Ben's update?
Oh, Ben's gone. Ben's update. Ben's just. I guess we can say it doesn't really matter. What do you think, Julius? Let Julius be the judge. It's.
Can you
We
hear
can
me
say
normally?
it. Oh yeah, you can say it. Go ahead,
Oh,
Julius. You
okay.
can say the update. Also, guys. I'm talking to co-founders here. You guys talk more during these meetings. I'm like tired. You guys have to help me out here. I don't want to talk the entire time. Come on, guys.
I'm
Just
sorry,
take-
I didn't want to cut you off.
No, I'm only talking because I'm trying to fill the time. I mean, not only just fill the time, but you know what I mean. I'm finding things to talk about. So you guys are, free to jump in and cut me off at any moment. I'll do. Unfortunately, I'll do the same to you. So just feel free to do it to me as well.
Okay, well then I guess I'm gonna present Ben's project. It's a quick start add-on that automatically installs all other add-ons. It configures a lot of Anki settings that are beneficial for language learning. I guess it automatically configures the other add-ons as well.
By the way, Julius, I was talking about the update, not even that add-on, but that because that's Ben and Kieran's project. I was talking about just Ben's project, the update for his other project that
Well,
includes.
hype anyway.
Fuck.
That's okay, but we can say that too. It doesn't matter. That's coming like in a few weeks. So yeah, go ahead and continue with
Yeah.
that. But then you can also say the update for his, or I mean, if we're gonna say anyways, for the MPV player,
Oh.
that update. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I actually don't know how much of that already exists in the public version, so I don't know the difference to the.
Oh, I can say
next
that. Then
update.
so continue talking about the quick start. Then I can talk about the update.
What else is there to the quick start? Maybe Kieran, you can fill in.
Yeah, so basically what you said, it's just going to make the installation and setup process like basically through it kind of, it's going to guide you through it and do everything for you. And then just going to simplify Anki too, so that it's just a lot more optimized for language learning rather than for whatever the hell it's optimized for now.
Yeah,
So,
it hides a lot of the options like that you're not ever gonna actually need. So hides all
yeah,
the
basically
garbage.
foolproof Anki, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, you can't mess it up. Hopefully, that's the ideal scenario. And it'll pre. I mean, as far as I understand it, because this is not the project that I'm heading, but it sets up your settings in the correct way, right? If you choose it to do so, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
basically just gonna
Go on.
set everything up for you so that you don't have to like read the guide. Like it'll guide you through it, So
Yeah.
as long as you install Anki, install the Quick Start add-on, then you'll be guided through almost like through a wizard, and just set everything up for you, and then you should be good to go.
And you don't have to install any of the add-ons. It does everything. It'll ask you like, what language are you learning? And then you tell them what language you're learning, and then it'll just do it for you. So yeah, it should be a lot better than the current setup because people have been, crying and rightfully so with how complicated our stuff is to set up. It's really bad. I know it's been really technical. But another thing, so Julius, the MPV update is the update to currently, although some of the code is implemented, it's not able to be, accessed, but a lot of the code isn't implemented, which is to add support for so you know how there's pitch, accent, coloring, and all of that syntax and furigana. So that support is coming to MPV, Migaku MPV, plus the support for all the other languages as well, like gender coloring in the languages where that's supporting, or Juyin, which is the equivalent of pinyin for pinyin furigana for Chinese. So that's what's coming. Like full support for Migaku MPV.
I thought some of that was already out for everyone.
The Japanese version is in the code base, but it's not implemented fully because we need to nail down the communication between the extension and MPV, and then it will be good. Yep. But that's coming. That's what should be coming within a week or two. And I see why you're like, I'm not sure that's coming in a week or two because you're talking about the Quick Start add-on. Yeah, I'm not sure that's coming in a week or two too. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know exactly when that's coming out either. But no, the MPV update, massive MPV update's coming in a week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Maybe this week, maybe next, or maybe this week, but definitely by next week. I think that's the idea. Cool.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yep. So that's hype. Do any of you guys use Migaku MPV?
Occasionally. Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Anyone else? Oh,
I pretty much stick
Guts is all
exclusively to
about it.
stream stuff.
What'd you say, Brett?
I pretty much just do stream stuff because I like the browser extension so much, and I don't have to download shit.
Yeah. That's gonna be my preference too. But I know if people already have a lot of content, MPVs, or if you just can't find something. Yeah. So no, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, we want to just offer a full solution for everybody's needs. So just have feature parity across our platforms. Oh, I see. So Guts, do when you have an MP4, do you just use Migaku Player? Oh, I see. Cool. Okay. Yeah, Migaku Player's little full screen button fiasco should be up. Should be better too now, hopefully. The full screen button should be better. Eventually we'll do custom controls for the entire player, and then it will be a little bit more sleek as well. But for now, there's no time for that. Okay, well, I think, is that it? Does anyone want to say anything? Feel free. You can talk for like another half hour if you want. I mean, you yourself. I'll be going here in 5 minutes, but if anyone
I
wants
might have to talk to Bent at some point. I might have a feature request for Migaku MPV.
Good. You should ask them to implement more.
I actually tried to implement it myself, but I guess was too dumb for it.
We were unsuccessful. That's all right. Yeah, Bent can do it. Why implement it when we have Bent? Bent will do it. Okay, well, guys, I guess we're gonna go then. Thanks for coming. Enjoy Japan, Dave. It should be cool, right? I'm dying to get the heck out of here, going forward, and just go on a trip or something, because this lockdown has me stirring. I'll tell you what. But so.
Yep, I'm ready to go. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm ready to see a new place coming up here too. So okay, guys. I guess bye. Thank you for coming. Hopefully the update doesn't break everything. And let us know how you let us know in the development channels what you think of it and just give feedback, etc. Okay. Bye, I guess. Bye, everyone.
Awesome.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank the
Thanks for the
team,
work.
Gutsit. Thank the team. But yeah, you're welcome. We work hard. But sweet. Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Hey.
Bye.